Hi everyone, it's Anna at Makeup 54. I am really excited to share this video with you. This is the first video in the Day to Disco series, and I thought I'd do a bit of a Day to Disco series because I think it will be very useful coming up to the festive season. I think when it comes to evening makeup, I think we can sometimes get a little bit stuck in a rut and kind of do what we always did, and also I think transforming a look from day to night, I think sometimes can be a little bit of a challenge for some of us. So I'm going to share lots and lots of looks and ideas with you, and I'm going to have a couple of guests as well who will share their Day to Disco looks with you, in the hope that you'll get tons of inspiration and you'll have lots of gorgeous looks to experiment with for yourself for the party season. This is the first look that I have just created. It's a smoky eye, fairly easy to achieve, and yeah, super effective. And I'm also going to pair this with one of the Makeup 54 lipsticks that is just literally the best product to transform your lipstick from day to night. You might know which one it is, but stay tuned and find out more. So this is my makeup look for today. It's a very natural look. I literally have on a tiny bit of mascara, a brow, a little bit of blush and bronzer, and the Disco Nude lipstick in Elvira. And I also have on some of the Natural Radiant Longwear foundation from NARS. It's actually one of my favourite foundations to wear every day, and today I used a little bit of face oil with it just to make it a little bit sheerer, and then just kind of built up the coverage with some soft matte complete concealer from NARS, which again is just one of my all-time faves for base. So I'm not going to do too much with the base or with the lip. The focus tonight is all going to be around the eyes, and I'm going to create a smoky eye in some of my favourite colours. Now, we have just got in from work and we want to quickly change our makeup look and get this smoky eye on. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take some Bioderma on a little bit of a cotton pad, and I'm just going to remove the concealer that I've had on for the day. The reason I'm doing this is because I'm doing a smoky eye and I want to get rid of the concealer in case I have any fallout. So just removing the concealer means that you're not going to have to redo the whole base. You can literally just do the concealer bit if you have any fallout. I'm just going to go underneath the eye with a little bit of eye cream. It's winter, my eyes are very dehydrated underneath and a little bit dry, so I'm going to be kind to them. This is just a bit of the Origins Ginseng eye cream. It's one of my favourite eye creams ever, and it's great to get you from the Day to Disco because the ginseng just really helps to pick the under eye area up and just really brighten and depuff. Next, Glossier Lid Star. This is the shade Cup, and I'm going to use this as a base. So this isn't the only cream kind of product I'm going to use, but I obviously want this smoky eye to last all night. I think sometimes as many cream products as possible to prime the lid is good. I'm just applying this directly onto the lid. I only had a tiny bit of concealer on for the day today, so it's not going to kind of interfere with the product too much. And then I'm just going to use my finger just to blend. Next, I'm going to go in with my second cream product. This is one of my favourite eyeliners. It's Costa Riche Eye Pencil from MAC. And this is so beautiful for any eye colour, but for eye colours that are green or blue, it's perfect because it has quite a lot of a orange, red kind of undertone, and it really just makes the eye colour stand out. So what I'm doing is I'm just creating the shape of the smoky eye with the pencil, and by creating the shape of the smoky eye first and kind of buffing it out and getting it to where you want it, then when you come to pack on the eyeshadow, then you're less likely to make any mistakes with the shape of the eye because you've already kind of sketched it out first. So sketch it out. It doesn't have to be super neat. You want to bring it onto the lid as well, really close to the lash line, and then just bring it up into the socket. I have quite deep sockets, so I don't want to take it too far in here because it just kind of closes my eye up. So just taking it around the edge of the eye for me is kind of what works. Classic smoky eyes look great as well, just with the colour all over the lid. But this is just my personal preference in terms of how I like to wear mine. I'm also going to take the Costa Riche just on the inside of the eye and just on that upper waterline there. This is going to really kind of intensify the smoky eye, and I always think a smoky eye is just not as kind of sultry or as effective without tight lining the eye. So I look kind of crazy right now, but here is the part when I will no longer look like a crazy person, and this is the part where we're going to blend. So I'm using a pointed kind of pencil brush, this is from Iconic, and a fluffy blending brush from NARS, and I'm going to use the pencil brush just to really tease out the shape of the eyeliner, and then I'm going to use the blending brush just to buff and blend away at the edges. Next up, I'm going to use some of the NARS Duo eyeshadow. This is St. Paul de Vence, and this is one of my favourite daytime eyeshadows, but it's also a really great colour just to kind of like blend through the socket at this stage of the smoky eye before you get onto the darker colour. So that's the base completed, and I want to really build up the depth and the intensity of the smoky eye now. So I'm going to go in with one of the new Narcissus quads. This is the Singapore quad, and as you can see, it's got some gorgeous, gorgeous shimmery, sparkly colours that will be amazing to take you from the day into the night, and just this gorgeous kind of red shade here. So I'm going to use a flat brush to pack on the red shade first and really build up the intensity before adding a pop of highlight with one of the lighter colours. I'm using a flat synthetic brush just to pack on the colour, and by doing this you're going to ensure that you get a really, really beautiful kind of dense payoff. And I'm going to press the majority of this colour just on the centre of the lid, just to really kind of give some dimension and a pop of colour to the eye. And now I'm going to add some of this kind of metallic sparkly colour, and this is going to add a little bit more dimension to the lid. I'm going to use my finger to apply this colour. I always find that fingers are the best when it comes to applying any colour that has sparkle, because it just really kind of grabs to the pigment and you get less fallout. And then on the inner corner of the eye, using my finger again, I'm going to go in with a slightly lighter shade, and this is just going to sit on the inner corner of the eyes just to really brighten and add some light. Next, I'm going to use some mascara. You can use some false lashes if you want. I think that would look amazing with this look, but because I've got quite a lot going on with this eye already, I think a couple of coats of mascara will do it for me. Now I'm going to use a little bit of the eye cream just on a Q-tip, just to clean up any extra fallout from under the eye and just really kind of hydrate again before applying my concealer. So the concealer I'm going to use is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion one. I really love this concealer, especially for a night out, because it just gives a really, really flawless airbrushed appearance to the under eye area, and it stays on for absolutely ever. Next, I'm going to apply some blusher, and this is one of my favourite formulas. It's the SURRAT Artistic Blush, and this is Parfait. And I'm going to use a small contour brush from NARS. This is the finisher brush, and I'm just going to literally sweep some under the cheekbone for a bit more of a sculpted effect. when I'm applying my blusher, if I want a little bit more of a sculpted effect, I kind of do it in the same way that I would a contour. So I start the brush just kind of in that middle bone there, and I position the brush here and just kind of buff it downwards. And then when I get to the outer edge of the eye, I draw a bit of an invisible line at that point, and I always go upwards with my brush because that's what's going to give you a really beautiful lift with your contour. I also love just putting a little bit of blush through the temples. I always think that this just really kind of frames the eye, and it also just adds a little pop of warmth to the skin. For highlight, I have a little bit of the NARS Orgasm Loose Powder, and I'm going to buff this just on top of that blusher to add some dimension and just give a really beautiful glow to the skin. And to finish the look, I'm already wearing Elvira Disco Nude, but I'm going to go in with some of the GLITTERBALL Disco Topper. And this is the perfect accessory to any kind of night out. If you've literally come from the office and you want a really instant way to transform your lipstick, then this is it.